Okay, hi everyone. I'm Lettycia Terrones. I'm a librarian at Cal State L.A. and I'm so happy that you've joined us today. We are presenting a webinar today or a workshop on how to use OneSearch, which is a really excellent place, a first step to start your research in. And we have our special guest, Holly Yu, who will be presenting the formal workshop. And at any time, if you have any questions about the content or information that we're covering, you're welcome to put that into the chat. But before we begin the actual workshop, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. And I wanted to just say a few words about Library Live. So on the screen, you're seeing a flyer for our Library Live at the University Library webinar or workshop series. Throughout the fall semester, every other Monday at 4:30 p.m., we are going to host a series of workshops on information literacy and research skills. You'll notice that over on the left-hand side of the flyer, on Monday, October, oh, I'm sorry, on, over on the left-hand side, on October 11th, which is a Monday, we have a special Intro to Higher Education series where we're going to show very specific skills for how to access what are called peer-reviewed or scholarly articles. So we're going to focus on searching the databases. The same webinar will be delivered on October 4th in the morning at 8 a.m. So for all the early birds. And I will be presenting those, and like all other Library Live webinars, that those webinars will also be recorded. So please take a look at the calstatela.edu/library/library live website, because as soon as the recordings are available, we're going to upload them there for you to view at whenever you want to, whenever you have time. So are there any questions right now? You can go ahead and put them in the chat if you do have any questions. Otherwise, let me go ahead and dive into introducing our special guest today. All right, so I'm so honored and excited to have Holly Yu. Holly is our electronic resources librarian at Cal State L.A. And she is responsible for managing all of the different processes involved with electronic resources. What does that mean? Anything that's related to books, anything ebooks, anything that's related to databases, and very specifically for today, anything that's related to what is called OneSearch, which is our primary site for locating the scholarly materials that you're going to need for your classes. So without further ado, I'm going to now pass it on to Holly. And one last note, I want to make sure that you take a look at the chat, because we're going to be sharing some information in there. And then also, to my colleagues, I don't have a link to putting the poll for some reason. So if you see it, Kelsey, maybe we'll find a good time to release the poll like towards the end. All right. I'm now giving it away to you, Holly.
I can do it, Letty. Sorry to interrupt you, but I can put it down if you'd like me to.
Okay, yeah. So actually, why don't we do that right now? Students, we have a really quick poll. So as Holly starts setting up her slides to share with you, please take a look at this poll. We want to learn, how did you find out about today's workshop? And you can pick as many of these options that apply to you. Did you find out about it through the Navigate LA email notification that was sent this morning? Perhaps you found out about our workshop through our Cal State LA website, where on the main screen we had Library Live posted. Was it a word of mouth recommendation from, say, a friend or a fellow student? Perhaps a mentor or an advisor, professor, or another librarian? Maybe they recommended today's webinar for you. Or did you find it on our library social media on Instagram and Twitter, which is really cool. If you haven't followed us yet, I recommend that you follow us. Or you can also put other. So please feel free. We have about 48 participants today. Let us know because it's very helpful for us to learn how best to get this information to you. All right, I think that's it, Holly. If you want to go ahead, I'll go ahead and mute myself.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I know it's kind of late in the afternoon. Hopefully you're still energetic and we can have a lively discussion or show and tell. So my name is Holly Yu, as Letty already introduced. I'm responsible for library's electronic resources. That means all the books, articles that you are searching. If there's anything wrong, goes wrong, it's my responsibility to fix it, to respond to you. So I'm sort of behind the scene lady. So let me try to do a quick slide. Okay, can everyone see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so during the session, please, if you have any questions, feel free to interact with me or put in the chat. And my colleague Kelsey and Letty will monitor the chat. They will pass on the information to me because when I doing screen share, I couldn't see the chat. Okay, so we're going to try to cover some sort of first step in terms doing library research, and hopefully they are helpful. So this is our agenda today. We wanted to learn how to define a research topic. And I was an instructional librarian, did a lot of instructions and worked at the front desk. I encountered many of us students, and they told me that might be difficult when they receive assignment. Some of them may have issues to see where to begin. So we are going to try to address that issue today. So where you begin and what are the needs for your information, and then we can learn about the background information about your topic and how you can sort of focus your research. And you know, all the good paper and the good research, it's always specific. So how we are going to do that, that's our second step that we are going to cover. Then we needed to identify those keywords, those words that we needed to use to put into a search box, right? So whether you search for Google or search for libraries, OneSearch, and we all needed to put in our keywords in there, right? So then the next thing that we wanted to learn is the research tools. And even though we are going to focus on OneSearch today, and there are a couple of other tools and many databases that I want to point out as well. And then mainly we will spend the bulk of time learning how to use OneSearch effectively. And so this is our goal today. And at the end of the session, and everyone, we can skillfully define our research topic, and we can identify our resource needs. If we need an article, if we need a video, if we need a book, and we are clear about that. And then we know what research tools that we should be using to find our articles and the books and other resources we may need. And then we can effectively search and retrieve those resources from library's website. Okay, and does everyone have the handouts that I posted on the chat?
I just reposted it again. So in
okay,
case
thank you.
Yeah,
if you can,
time.
yeah, if you can open it, that would be great. So normally your professor may be assigning a 4 to 5 page research paper. Sometimes your professor give you a specific topic. Sometimes he didn't. Maybe give you a broad subject area, like for example, social media. And then asking you, say, you must support your arguments with evidence from at least 3 journal articles, 3 scholarly journal articles, and 2 books. Now, where, how do you begin? Maybe someone can tell me. Is there anybody typing in the chat? Okay, so I would start with some background information that is on your handouts. And it is very important to know some background when that you know a little bit more about the topic. And then you know a little bit things about what is about that topic. And then you can try to focus on your search a little bit more. If we just do a search for social media, that can lead us to numerous directions, right? So when you try to find the background information and what is the tool that you would be using? Anybody?
I think we should
Holly,
search
I know
about
that a lot of.
I'm sorry, interrupt you.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I think we should try to find some keywords about our topic and research the papers. So first of all, we try to read the abstract introduction to see is it related to our research topic or not. After that, we could find our proper paper to the topic.
Yeah,
to go forward.
That's great. And the research process, it's an exploration process. And you search, you learn more about your topic, then you can narrow it down. So what I would suggest you to do, what might be easier, so you wanted to find the background information about your topic. Then you can select a topic that is very specific on your research. Can anyone see this? So what I would suggest you to do and to use some of library's reference tools. You can Google it, you can use a Wikipedia, but library's reference tools is more authoritative and guarantee the correct information. You know, on the web, and anybody can post the information, sometimes may not be accurate. So, if you wanted to do this first step, it's to identify your background information about your topic. So I would recommend that you are using tools that the library has, like reference tools like Cradle Reference, Gale Virtual Reference Library, and you might want to asking me back, where do I find those, right? So, so I'm going to take you to the library's website. Those are the reference books. It's in the form of databases. So just probably remember a couple of names. One is Cradle Reference. The other one is Gale Virtual Reference Library. So you can just click on, they're all within this database link. You click on the database. Okay. And we said we wanted to take a look of Cradle Reference that provide you with background information on any topic that you can think of. And then you click
Holly,
on.
I just wanted to check really quick. Are you showing us, are you modeling the search right now on your screen?
Yeah, can you see it?
We're not able to see it.
No, we're seeing, looking at the slideshow.
You still look at the slideshow. Let me stop the sharing and resharing. Okay.
When you share, just click desktop so that we can see your whole computer.
I did. Okay, can you see that? Let me go back. Can you see
yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Kelsey. So
excuse me, interrupting you. I was wondering, we should keep doing this video. We should do step by step. What are you doing now? Or just keep...
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first step that we are discussing today. It's about research steps and how you can define your research topics. That is very important before you jump into the search. So we have a topic, social media. And then we needed to find out what is about the social media I wanted to talk about, right? So I taking you to a reference book. It's called the Cradle Reference. If you can have your handouts open, and that has a step-by-step. Okay, let's click on C. And then we go down to Cradle Reference. This is just a pre-research before we jump into the OneSearch, right? Cradle Reference, can you see this? You click on that. And so since I'm off campus, I needed to log in. When you log in, you use your campus login ID and a password. Just make sure if you can see this without at calstatela.edu. So just your username, and then click on submit, and make sure you don't save your password, and click on not to save.
Holly, may I ask a quick question? So
Sure.
when you're showing us Credo Reference and Gale Virtual Library, the reason we would want to look in those databases is to get like background information, right? Some facts, information about the topic.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I get it. Because sometimes like I know students, like you might be assigned to write, you know, an essay on a certain topic. Let's say there was the oil spill that just happened this weekend in Orange County. So you might want to like you have you're taking a class and you have to write a paper about like environmental justice or something like that. And you might have heard the word in your class, but maybe you don't know a lot of the facts of it. So Credo and Gale, these would be places, Holly, where we could search for information, like background information to kind of give us an idea, right, of like our topic.
Yes, that's exactly what we are doing. So first thing, before you jump into OneSearch, find your article, you wanted to find the background information about your broad topic. In our example that I am using, it's social media. So you click on this, and you are seeing a great like a mind map right here, social media. From here, you can select a specific aspect of social media to continue to explore. So let's say if you're interested in social media marketing, you click on social media marketing. And then you can just pick a database to read. And let's say if I'm interested in social media influence on economy, on people's buying behavior, and I might choose to read this article. Today, we don't have time to go through this article. I just want to show you the process. Once you read the article, you are familiar with your background information, with your topic. And then the next step, if you read your handouts, the next step, can everybody see my handouts? Yes?
Yes.
So the next step you wanted to see is, okay, I have my background information. Now I know what the social media marketing all involves, and I'm more interested in how social media marketing impact young consumers. So you can see I then come up with a topic, say, okay, this is my essay topic. I'm going to discuss what is the influence of social media marketing on young consumers. So once you have all this concrete idea, what you wanted to write about it, then you can develop your keywords to do the search. Otherwise, you just have a social media, you don't really have a great focus of social media, what aspect of social media you wanted to discuss. So this is the difficult step for all of us, basically, particularly for us. And we just started learning, writing a report. And so we wanted to see how, the specific topic can help you. So this is first step, finding your background information and come down with a specific research topic. Basically, you need to find information, books or articles about that you can use to respond to your research topics. So that's what your report is about it. So once you have these keywords right here, so you can start entering into search tool, whether it's library OneSearch or specific database. Like, for example, from this statement that we have, it's our research topic, and we have young consumers, right? And we have social media, and we want to focusing on social media marketing on young consumers, what their influences are. So these are our keywords. So we have influences, we have young consumers, we have social media, and we have marketing. So once we have those keywords, then we are sort of ready to do our research. So that's the whole process. If you get into habit of doing it, it probably takes you like 5 or 10 minutes to do. It will very drastically improve your research process, your focus, and the quality of your paper eventually. So are there any questions about these steps? The first step, finding background information. The second step, come up with a research statement after you know your background information. And come up with, from the research topic, you can just circle what are your keywords are. And you can also even develop some more related terms that you can swap during your research process. Sometimes one keyword may not work out greatly for your search, you swap to another word. So that, as we saying, the research process, it's a sort of exploration process, and you just changing those keywords around to see if you can get better results. And we may have other sessions specifically talking about this, but today I just wanted to start you right here. And then the next thing that we wanted to do is, let me go
Holly,
back.
sorry to interrupt. Letty has her hand up.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to ask real quick, because I think sometimes we forget, like, oh, there's this really cool database, Credo Reference, and then Gale Virtual Reference Library, that provide us with all of these facts, and also like reputable and current, current information. What's like the difference between finding something and getting background information in like Credo versus getting background information in Wikipedia?
Credo Reference, it's all scholarly articles, encyclopedia articles, handbook articles written by people who are in the field of the topic. And they are peer reviewed. They're more authoritative. They're basically free of factual mistakes. And Wikipedia, even though it's sort of reviewed by everyone, but it's contributed by everyone, and it's not as authoritative as those reference tools. And you can use Wikipedia to get some background information. I'm not against that, but just keeping in mind that it might be some information may not be as accurate as you want it. Okay, so after we have these 2 steps done, normally it takes you 5 to 10 minutes to do. Then you are ready to do search. And as mentioned, we are going to focus on OneSearch. OneSearch is on the library homepage. This is the library homepage. And we all know the address, right? It's www.calstatela.edu/library. And then we are getting here, we can put in keywords to do the search, but just keep in mind, OneSearch is why we call it OneSearch, because OneSearch, it's comprehensive. It's like a Google search, including all resources in the library, all articles, all books, and videos, basically, and other resources in the library. So when you're doing OneSearch, you basically search everything, that including all articles included in this database link. And when you click on the database, you can get into individual databases to search for articles, but all articles, it's covered by OneSearch. Okay, so in the next workshop, I understand it's going to focus on articles. So today's workshop is focusing on OneSearch. And then there is another tool, it's very effective, it's Google Scholar. And I know everyone knows about Google Scholar, but this is not like the commercial Google Scholar. And this Google Scholar, it's connected to library resources. So if you wanted to use Google Scholar, you want to come here, click on this Google Scholar to use, because once you find the resources, the results will connect you to what we have in the library. So you can get the entire article or ebooks from here. So these are the three major research tools that we normally use in the library, but today we are going to focus on OneSearch. And OneSearch has, if you click on this down arrow key right here, it gives you 4 options. You can search CSU LA collection, it's everything in the library, or you can just limit your search to articles only, but articles also included in the CSU LA collection. And then we have a third link, it's in the CSU collection. That means let you to search across 23 campuses for books and physical items only. Do not including articles, do not including ebooks. So, and I'm going to show you how that works. And then the last link, it's EBSCO. EBSCO is a big company, contains, have a lot of databases that we own. EBSCO, this is business information. EBSCO and the company who provided us with OneSearch, it's competitors. So EBSCO does not share a lot of article information with this OneSearch company. So therefore, we have a separate EBSCO search just in case you missed anything. So when you're doing Cal State L.A. collection search, you might want also doing EBSCO search. So that way it's comprehensive, you're not missing anything. Okay, so now this is about OneSearch, and we are going to do the search, and we have our keywords. So we are going to do the search and we are going to do social media marketing and young consumers. So let's see what we can find. Click on search, you just type in your keywords and type it and click on search. This is a very like a Google-like search, right? So in our first OneSearch example, and I'm going to focus on articles. And after articles, we're going to do book search, okay? So first we search for articles, and this is your search results. And you can see we find 115,000 results. And all of them, it's here, included in the library's collection, also including open access resources. That's it's open out there, everybody can have access. So once you get your results, and remember your professor wanted you to use scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles only, right? So can anyone tell me what is peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles? Anybody?
So I believe that those are articles that have been actually read and reviewed by other professionals in the field and have been approved for these databases for others to, look at the research.
Exactly. Thank you. That's very precise. Yeah, it's peer reviewed. That means the articles is being vetted. It's being reviewed by the professionals in the field of research before they can be published. So if you click on this, you will limit all your search results to peer reviewed journal articles only. It's very magical. So this is the things you cannot get from doing Google search. So remember we had 115,000, now down to 47,000, right? We eliminated everything else. And this is the first thing you wanted to limit when you get your search results. The second thing you wanted to limit, it's probably publication date right here. Publication date, and your professor sometimes tell you that you can only use the articles published after 2015, for example. And you can do that. You can type in 2015 to 2021, click on this refined little link. Then any articles published before 2015, it's being eliminated. So we have an even smaller set of the articles, right? So basically, this is what two major limits you wanted to do. Once you're done, you can start looking at each of the articles. Let's see. Let's take a look at number 6. All the articles right here, we have them available because remember, we are searching Cal State L.A. collection right now. Everything is available for you to access, whether you're on campus or remotely. So you click on an article that you are chosen, and right here, you have your article title, you have your author, and you have the journal name. And you don't need to worry if this article is peer reviewed because you're already limited to peer reviewed. So no worry over there. And you can click on, it tells you full text available, you can access. Now I have logged into this search right now, but if you have not logged into the search, you will see log in to view or request a button right here in the middle. And once you logged in, you see this, and you can just click on the link to access the full text content, the entire article. Letty?
Holly, may I ask a question? Yeah,
Sure.
I want to ask a question about this because in the chat, we've had a couple of questions about students wanting to access articles, scholarly peer-reviewed articles, but they've been prompted to pay. Right now, you talked about how when you signed in, you put in your Cal State L.A. login and user password. That should get you to the full text of these articles, or how does that work?
Good question. So let me move this a little.
Holly, you got muted.
Okay. Okay, can you all hear me? And a good question, yes. Letty. And so students, if you've been asked to pay, you never pay because nothing you should be paying. Library already paid everything for you to have access. If there's a thing ask you to pay, that's wrong. And you can request that article and through our interlibrary loan service, which I'm going to talk about next. And you never pay, okay? Your tuition already paid, and to access all these resources for free. And the library paid tons of thousands of dollars for these resources on your behalf. So you're not being asked to pay. And if you access from a library's website, from a OneSearch, and properly log in, you normally don't run into the paywall screen. So if you run into paywall screen, that may be in some cases maybe not logged in properly, or the search was start not from a library's homepage. Search may started from somewhere else. So let me show you after this, and then we can I can show you how you can request the article that we don't own, and even though ask you to pay. So you click on, and let's go back to here. And this one, we know we have everything we have, and we have not gone to the stage that we don't have yet. So it's a little slow. Okay, so here it's the full text content here. You can read the article online right here. If you wanted to download, you can download a PDF full text by clicking on here. And then you can just click on download right here. You click on here, then you can just save it to your local computer or to your drive. So this is very like a straightforward process. Let me exit this out and take a look at a different article. And this is a straightforward process. The next thing I wanted to show you, it's related reading. So let's take a look of this article, creative strategies. So
Holly, quick question from the chat. Sorry to interrupt. Giselle would like to know, do the results show up based on relevance?
Yes, very good question, Giselle. And the relevancy ranking, it's what it shows on the results. Yes.
Thank you.
Very good question. And and I'm showing you this second article. I want to show you one more thing. And so from here, you can access full text. There are two services for this article. You can access from either one. If the first one didn't work, try the second one. So what I wanted to show you here, it's related reading. Does everyone see that? Related reading? And on the related reading, and it listed all the articles related to this particular article, creative strategies in social media marketing. And this is exactly like Amazon. You all have experience shopping on Amazon, right? And Amazon has this algorithm say people purchased this book, also purchased the following. People looked at this clothes or purchased this pair of shoes, also looked at the following. This is the exactly same algorithm that we are using, and it tells you people read this article, also read the following. So you can just click on the related articles link, and it will connect you in most cases to the article that we have in the library, so you can have more access. Basically, once you have one good search, you can throw the related reading and then access rest of the article on your topic. So then you can, it's the same thing. You can click on Science Direct and access the article right here. Here's the article. And if you want to download it, you can go to view PDF, just click and download. It's the same process as the first example that I showed you. Okay. So
Holly,
yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm just excited because I wanted to just make sure I'm understanding what you just showed. This is so cool. So are you saying that, like, for instance, when I do a search, oh, I didn't realize, let me turn my hand down. When I do a search and I find a really good article, I can look on the right-hand side to find other articles that are also similar to that article.
Exactly. It's a relevant
Oh, so
article. It's a
cool.
related reading. And we call this service, it's called a BX. And it's
Okay.
called a BX service. It's basically it's article recommendation and service. So
That's so
when
helpful because,
it's,
oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Oh,
it
I
is.
was just going to say, I think it's just so helpful because a lot of times students will have their professor say 10 citations or um, 5, you have to have 6 peer-reviewed articles about this topic. So students, I think taking advantage of this, what Holly's showing you right now, is a really good approach to kind of get around that, oh my gosh, how am I going to find all of those articles that I need to cite? This is
right.
so cool, Holly. I didn't realize that OneSearch could do this.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to point out, thank you, Letty. You can save this article. You can click on the save. When you log in, it will be saving there forever. And you can click on citation. And to grab a citation, click on select your style if you're using APA. And you can just, you know, copy citation to your clipboard. You have your citation saved, you know. So you can save the article using permanent link and just explore. Maybe we needed to have another session to dive into it a little bit deeper. But today I'm going to showing you this, and I wanted to go back.
Holly, sorry to interrupt. Quick question from the chat, because I think this kind of has to do with what you're talking about. From Viviana,
Okay.
What is a good way to keep track or organize all the articles you have to read? In my experience, I have 20+ tabs open and it makes everything very difficult.
I would probably open one tab, and once I have the article that I wanted to use, and I just click on this pin. Then once you click on pin, and it goes back to your saved and your favorites. It's all being saved here. It will be saved here forever if you don't remove them. And once you log in, you will, in order for your item to be saved here, you need to sign in. Here's the sign in screen. It's good habit is once you get onto OneSearch, you click on sign in, and then I've already sort of set up my sign in. It automatically sign me in. So I sign in as Holly Yu, and then I have like 89 items saved here, and even I can put on label for each of the articles that all different type of materials, and I can click on add label. So it's all categorized for me. This is how you organize your search, and it will be saved here forever for you. Okay. Let me close on that. Yeah, we needed to rush up a little bit. That was a very great question, you guys. Let me bring it back. Okay, so this is, we're going back to our search results. I wanted to show Giselle the library's search results. It's arranged by relevance right here. You can see it. You can change it to other by date range, by title, by author. So by default, it's by relevance. So this is the articles that we searched, and we limited to scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles. And if you think these articles are not enough for you, you can click on here. This is only works for articles. Click on include results beyond Cal State L.A. You click on results beyond Cal State L.A. and that will bring articles that are not available at Cal State L.A. So how can you tell? And if the article is available at Cal State LA, you see full text availability. If the article is not available at Cal State LA, it tells you not available at Cal State LA, request from another library. Requesting an article is completely free for you. So you can just click on this article. And I logged in, right? So click on the article, and you can request this article by clicking on this link. If you have any questions, you can report to us. It's very convenient right here. Let's say you really wanted this article, you click on request. That sends you to an interlibrary loan page, meaning the library will get the article for you free of charge when the article is available, and we will send you a notification. So if in any case you run into a paywall, ask you to pay, you come here to do a search. If you don't find it, click on that expand search link, box, and then that article should show up on your search results. Then you can do the same like me and to request. And you type in your interlibrary loan login. This is not different from your Cal State LA login. If you don't have a password, you can click on this first time user, you can register, then you can start using it. So I click on login. And once I click on login, all the article information, the journals, the name of the article, it's all populated here for me. Only thing I needed to do is to submit. And if you submit at the right time, it normally takes between 2 hours to 2 days for article to arrive for you. And they're electronically, you can just, it's a PDF file, you can just open it up to use. And I think we have 9 minutes. We will try to do books. So these are the articles that search that we covered. We covered the search, we covered the limit to peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles. We learned how to use date limit to narrow down your topic, your search to certain publication year. And also there's a subject I didn't mention. You can further narrow down your search by a particular subject right here. Okay, and then we also learned to do expanded search by click on this include results beyond Cal State LA. When we don't have articles in the library that tells you clearly, you can request it free of charge. So, you shouldn't feel at any time during your research that library couldn't support you. When you're doing include results beyond Cal State LA, that means you search for the article universe, and there's nothing not available at your fingertip, and you can always request. And the library does not even have a limit for you to request the number of articles. So please do use us, and there is completely no charge to you to request anything from the library. Okay, and we are backing to our search screen here, and we did initial search, remember? Then we found 115,000 items. And now we are moving to the book search. And it's the same search, and we get our results. It's still relevance ranking. And now we can just limit to books. Instead of scholarly peer-reviewed articles, we limit to books. And you click on books, it drops down to 351 books in the library. And those books, including ebooks, electronic books that you can access from home, or some books, if it's only available in the library and it tells you. Let's see if we can find, look at this book, number 5, Over the Age, and it shows you the book is only available at Kennedy Memorial Library on the 2nd floor. You can click on that. and to see if the book is in the library. It tells you the book is in place and you can borrow it. And basically what you need to do, you can just write down this call number and, you know, HN90.M3 and write down and go to shelf and on the second floor of the Library North and to get the book and check it out. And if you wanted to read the ebook, and you can just read an ebook online, you know, you can just click on an ebook and access it. And this is the ebook on the JSTOR platform. It also on the ProQuest ebook Central. You can choose either one to access. Here you go. And here's your book. And you can choose any chapter right here to just download the PDF. You can save it. You can just open up on your computer screen and read it. So this is the book search. It's very straightforward, right? And also if you say, hey, I don't want to go to the library right now, and it's still during pandemic, I only wanted to have ebooks. That's fine too. So add your search results, right? And again, you limit to books. And as I mentioned, when you limit to books, it limit to both ebooks and print books. And then if you say, I only want ebooks, basically you can tell. If it says full text available, that means it's online. If it tells you a location, that means it's a print. But you can just make absolutely sure. You can click on full text online right here on the available at Cal State L.A. And then it will limit your book results to ebooks only. Okay, and here's all your ebooks on this topic. And you can also, you said, okay, that's nice. And I wanted to see if I can just check on some book chapters. And the book chapters is also searchable. You can limit. So here, you can limit to book chapters within the search results. So when you select book chapters, you are sure they're all electronic books. And all the book chapters can be accessed online directly from home from the link. So it's very, very convenient. Okay, so by any chance, if you, after you look at these books and you're thinking, it's still not not enough for me, so what do? And you know, with the article search, you can click on that, include the results beyond Cal State L.A, right? But with the books, you cannot do that. And what do is you search, you select the OneSearch, and going down here, you say, okay, I want to search beyond Cal State. I wanted to search the whole CSUs. So you click on the whole CSUs and then run another search. Right, so in here, the books, if it's available at a library, it tells you the results. If the book is not available in a library, you don't see a library's name and location. So let's say if you are thinking you wanted to look at this book, and this book is not available in a library because you didn't see it in a library. So what you can do, you can just click on that and you can request it. And once you click, you will see this link. It says request from other CSU libraries. It takes between 2 to 4 days for the book to arrive here. They are all physical books. So meaning once they arrived in the library, and you needed to come over to pick it up, because library, once the book is here, library will send you an email notification, say, okay, it's here, you need to pick it up, and you come in to pick it up. Okay, so you click on request. It's like you request for articles. It's the same process, but the book request is even simple. And you click on that. It's everything. It's populated for you. You logged in, so we know it's you. You can just click on send request, and we know it's you sent the request. Okay, let's go back. There's one.
Excuse me, I have a quick question about the book. So if we request the book, just the physical, I mean, print book would be ready to pick up. We couldn't have a request for online access like a PDF or something?
No,
Okay.
because ebook require license agreement right now. There is the ebook publishers wouldn't let library do this, and the whole library world is fighting for that. And hopefully we will win our battle, and then we can interlibrary loan, we can borrow ebooks from other library, but for the time being, right now, we can only borrow print books from other libraries. And one other thing, instead of you coming to the library, you can check to see which CSU campus has that book. You don't have to request it, and you can just click on which library has it. And this here said this particular book is available at Fullerton. If by any chance you live nearby Fullerton, or you have a friend, going to Fullerton, you can have that friend borrow that book for you. And you can even check to see, click on this available in institution, that will tell you if the book is available at Fullerton. And then you can say, okay, I'm going to Fullerton to get the book. I have my friend to get the book for me. And once you finish using the book, you can return this particular book, even though you get it from a Fullerton, from Long Beach, from a Dominguez, from any other local CSUs. You can return it back to Cal State L.A. and we will ship them over on your behalf. There is also no charge for that. So for any CSU books, you have two ways of getting it. Have us get it for you, just sending the request, or you wanted to, if you live nearby Fullerton, or if this book were in Long Beach and you nearby Long Beach, you can go to Long Beach. Your Cal State L.A. student ID, it's good for any CSUs. So you can just walk into any CSU library to borrow books and to use computers over there to access articles as well.
Holly, thank you so much for giving that example, because I think it speaks to kind of sometimes the urgency, like I need this material right now at the library. And so we've had a couple of questions in the chat, and while we don't recommend, while we don't recommend students that you wait, to last minute to write your paper, the reality is that sometimes you will be in that situation where, for instance, you have a paper due tomorrow. So I want to encourage you to use the tools that Holly showed you, because we have so many materials that are available online, on demand, in full text, from ebooks that we just saw right now at the sort of second half of the webinar, to the scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles that you can download and access in PDF. We also have a question right now from Eduardo. Go ahead, Eduardo.
Yeah, hi. I know the forum was regarding finding articles for research, but what about finding skills or psychometrics or measures for that matter?
EBSCO articles?
No, EBSCO articles. I'm talking about measures. Sometimes when we do
majors.
No, measures like skills.
Oh,
sometimes when you conduct a study, you need
skills like for psychology.
Yes.
Okay, and we have measurement books. And if you go to, can I share screen again?
Yes, go ahead, Holly.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen now? Let me show you. So if you go back, and those majors are not really searchable, and because they are not articles. So if you go to databases, and I think we will cover this in the next workshop, right? And if you go to databases, if it's a psychology majors you're looking for, you can just select databases by subject first. And so that way we can narrow down to a, something wrong with my mouse. So we can narrow down to a subset of databases. And so we have 30 psychology databases. And I wanted to tell you which database you should be using: PsycTest and Test in Print. And those are the measurements that you're looking for. And you can, there are full text searchable. You click, you log in, you can start searching.
Holly, could you also show us from the A through Z, for instance, someone like Eduardo who has a very specific database, they know the name of it. How do you find the link right away, for instance, to like the one that you just showed us right now, the psych measurements or the psych test from the A through Z?
Okay, great. So if you can go to library homepage, right? Everybody can see this. And then go to databases. And if you know the specific database name, you can just jump right in. This is the A to Z list. This is database A to Z list. And this is the subject list that we break down all 370 databases. We have 370 databases listed here. And we also break them down by their subject. And you can go to any subject area to select your database, and it tells you how many databases within each subject. And also, if some of you interested in media, like we have a lot of media databases. So we have a lot of videos, music databases, and we have newspaper databases. We have, if anybody from history, we have primary source databases. If you want to find the original document, we have all of these. And this is everything. It's sort of listed in the, sorry. Everything is listed on the A to Z list, but these are the sort of tools to just help you to narrow your results down to a particular subject, to a particular set of databases. Yeah, if you know the name, just jump right in. If somebody, let's say, looking for Canopy is a video, streaming video, and you can click on K and jump into Canopy video right away.
Holly, could you show us the psych test and the, what was the other one? The psych measurement?
In print, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can click on P to go to psych sections. We have Psych Info, that's articles. Psych Test, it tells you how many tests included in here. It tells you including over 5,000 instances of actual tests. And then we also have test in print. And you can just click. And since I've already logged in, I jump right in, and it tells you APA psych test. And then you can just type in your testing instrument that you're looking for, and just type in, maybe not the whole name, just a couple of keywords from that particular test that you're looking for, and you will get the results here.
I want to make a plug also, because we have graduate students attending this webinar as well. Our webinars are open to all students. So we do have some graduate students here who are really more advanced, doing more advanced research. So you're looking for a very specific methodology, metrics, etc. This is a really wonderful opportunity for students who are graduate students in particular, but really for everybody. To make an appointment with your subject librarian specialist, because, for instance, right now when Holly showed us the drop-down menu for the all subjects and we went to psychology, we had a photo of the librarian who's in charge of that area. So there's different ways of locating who is the librarian that is specialized in the research of your area. And one of the ways to do it is to really like figure out who that person is. And Holly, I think, is going to show us right now. She's
Yeah.
finding the link so we can post it. And then you can make a research consultation. Don't be shy, students, to make a research consultation, especially if you're looking for something really precise. You've already you've gained the foundational skills for how to start your research, etc. And you're really now focusing and narrowing down on a very specific topic. You're writing these longer research papers that are very detailed. It's really important for you to make to talk about your research and where you are. Remember, Holly in the very beginning said that research is an exploratory process. That means it's not something that, you know, it's like a one-time thing and that's all you do. Actually, research is an ongoing exploratory process, and a lot of it involves detective work. And so it's important to consult with your subject librarian who's the specialist in this area of research.
I just
They are
wanted
going to show
to,
you.
yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead and finish.
Holly.
I just wanted to show them where to find the subject specialist in your
Sounds
area.
good.
Yeah, if you go to library homepage, add about the library, library contact, subject librarians. So you click on that, and everybody, librarians, it's listed by colleges, like the College of Arts and Letters, College of B&E, and Charter College, Engineering, and Ethnic Studies, and Health, Human Services, College of Natural Social Sciences. You can just click, and it will jump you to that section, tells you who is librarian for what major. And you can make appointment with them. You can just email them directly to schedule appointment about any of your research needs. And both Letty and I are also listed here. Here's me, I just by myself here. And all the librarians are listed here. So for your, we are at your service, so please use us.
Are there any questions at this point, students? We're happy to, we really thank you for staying on. We're like about 10, 11 minutes over, but we still have 26 people in the room. So I want to ask students if you want to go ahead and either unmute and present your question or raise your hand or put your question in the chat. You're also welcome to fill out our survey, which you'll see the link in the chat. Give us your opinion. Let us know what kind of library research workshops you want to see. For instance, do you want to see a more advanced kind of workshop where you're looking at the tools that the databases have? So like, for instance, the question that Eduardo asked, those tools, PsycInfo, or sorry, those databases, PsycInfo, they have so many awesome tools that help you really get some precision to your searches. And as far as the recording, we will have the recording posted in the next couple of days, next maybe 2 to 3 days. And they will be posted on our YouTube channel and also the Library Live channel. And then later this week, hopefully, look out for another email where we're going to share the flyer for all of the Library Live library research workshops that we're going to do in the fall. Give us your opinion because we're going to have these workshops in the spring. So based on your opinions, those are the workshops that we're going to create. So we went through a lot. You have your handout. If you want to, you can watch the video again when it's loaded on YouTube and follow along with your handout. And I will be doing 2 webinars next week on the 11th and also on the 14th. I'm going to give you the calendar page for Library Live because on that calendar page, you're going to find the login links These will not require a pre-registration, but you can find just the link to get into the sessions that are going to occur on the 11th and the 14th, one in the afternoon, one in the early morning, open to all students. And I'm going to show in that webinar a little bit more of those like tools that Holly was getting into right now towards the end. But we really thank you for being here. And students, we have like, we'll save it one more minute and just in case there's one last final question. And if not, we're really happy that you're here.
Yeah, thank you so
I have,
much.
Sorry about that. Just quick question. I heard about the VPN to access the library. We should install or use some VPN.
Very good question. Recently, we have some logging issues, particularly when our students are using EBSCO databases. And we basically, at the end of trying to identify what the issue is, it's probably people have saved password that's very interfere with your new password and the login. So if you use VPN, then you will be free of these issues, these logging problems. And VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It's the university provided to everybody, faculty, students, to access the university resources remotely and without further logging. So thank you for pasting that link. And if you click on the link or just copy down the link, and you can download the VPN to your computer. And then every time you try to access campus resources, not just library resources, portals, other resources, if you turn on VPN, it puts yourself on the on-campus environment. So therefore, it does not require to further log into any resources. So VPN is a very good thing for you to access remotely to library resources. And does that answer your question?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I have a
Thanks for
question.
asking that question, Raziel.
Hi, because I'm under the sociology student of the Professor William Rosales under quantitative research and writing. Is this the library training, the same one as we have for tomorrow on October 5?
Your professor normally schedule a training session specifically about your research topic. And that is with the specialist in the sociology area. And that's what the page we just showed you, those librarians will do for your research.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's very targeted to your topic. And
Exactly.
it's different from this. This is like overall, it's a basic session, and tomorrow's session will be probably a little bit more advanced, more specifically focusing on your research topic in hand.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. So
Sure.
right now I'm having a hard time citing for APA. So I was wondering if there's like a website that you would recommend that helps us with that. Because I know that
let me share the screen and yes, can you see? Let me show you where it is.
Because I know that you said that the readings have like something that can help you with the citing, but like there's a couple of readings that don't. So I was wondering if there's a tool or something, just because I'm not 100% sure if the way I'm doing it is correct or if it's not.
Okay.
I think that can make my life easier and just.
Yeah. So from the library homepage, can you see it? And then here is the writing and the citing link. Can you see that link?
Yes.
Click on that.
Uh-huh.
And you can jump into APA.
Mm-hmm.
And in the APA, library has an APA guide, and which give you specific examples for different scenarios of doing citing, and give you some basic guidance on how to citing. And then And there is a produce APA formatting and style guides. It's very detailed, very, very helpful. And we also has the book online. So if you can look at these examples and guides, if you still have questions, and here you can chat with a librarian or chat with a student assistant. We have a student research consultant. They can help you. Or you said you were what major?
In social work.
Social work. And you can just go to your social work librarian who can really specifically go over your citation for you probably. And you can go to, I show this one more time, go to library homepage. If you wanted to looking for your librarian, you go to about the library, library contact, subject librarian. And the social worker, it's in health human services. You click on that. And here is your social work librarian and her email. You can make appointment with her.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so there are different ways. If you want the instant help, just chat with us right here. Click on this little chat icon on every page on the right-hand corner at the bottom. You can chat with us during library operation hours and make an appointment with your librarian. Or both Letty and I are really here to help. So Letty is responsible for instruction and I'm responsible for resources. And you can feel free to schedule your appointment with us as well. We don't, we are here to just for one purpose only, to help you. So yeah, just feel free to use us, and everybody's name, contact information is listed here for your use. You can basically choose anyone or your librarian.
Okay, thank you.
I also put in the chat, Jacqueline, the APA format handout that our librarians created. So Holly, right now, she showed the Write and Cite website.
Yeah, let me show
where
it again. Yeah,
she's going to show it again.
Right
and then
here.
from right there, you would click APA. And there's a really cool handout. I recommend this handout to students all the time because if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a little quick guide to the APA 7th edition in PDF. And you can download it. It's right up at a little bit further up, Holly.
Yeah, right
here.
here.
Above the book, right there. And that one has it's like a 4-page handout that has like the nuts and bolts of APA. The OWL Purdue website is really good, but there's a lot. It's like chock full of information. And so sometimes you really just need to know like, what is the exact format of how to cite a journal article. This handout will tell you that. It'll also have on the back end page, it'll show you how to do your in-text citations and how to format your paper. Because APA has a very specific way of formatting. So does MLA and Chicago. They each have their own ways. I'm also putting here in the chat my sort of open hours for student appointments. I'm available by appointment on Tuesdays 12 to 2 p.m. as well as Thursdays 4 to 6 in that little chat box that Holly showed. So feel free to email me and you're welcome to make an appointment with me at any time. Sometimes it's hard to like schedule an appointment like right on the spot, because there's a number of other things that are going on. But if you give yourself enough time, and that's kind of maybe where I'll go ahead and conclude since we're already, up to almost the hour, but there are still 10 students in here. So I want to make sure that I say this. I really recommend to you students to value the training and the opportunity that you have at Cal State LA. Really part of like your higher education involves training, and the only way that you're going to get really fast at doing your APA citations, at constructing your research questions the way Holly showed us systematically, finding those peer-reviewed articles, evaluating them to know I'm going to pick this one and not that one. doing your citations, all of that is by actually putting in the time and the hours to do it. It's kind of like driving a car. The first time you drive, it's a little bit, clunky, but you have to really just kind of keep doing it and develop those skills. And I guarantee you, if you put in the time, these sort of research tools are going to become kind of just like you're just going to know what to do. And we always are available to help you students. That's one of the main primary roles of the librarians at Cal State LA is to help our students. So extend your hand out through, sending us an email and letting us know, hey, I have a question about my research, as simple as that, and we can take it from there. Holly?
Yeah, and I just wanted to say the same, and feel free to schedule appointment with me. You know where to find me, right? On the library contact page, and just when you click on make appointment, it will send you navigate to schedule appointment with me. So feel free for any searching, any questions regarding our resources, and any aspect of it, any databases you wanted to learn, I'm here. So you can contact me for that.
Okay, students, so with that, we're going to conclude. We look forward to hearing from you, and we wish you all of the best in your academic endeavors.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
The
everyone.
presentation was definitely useful. I learned a couple of tips that it's just gonna make my research in the upcoming in the rest of the semester and my last semester a lot more easier. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Letty.
Thank you so much. So happy to hear that.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too,
Thank you,
everyone.
Anna.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Ashley, Anna,
Thank
Jeremy,
you.
Andrea.